Hey travelers, welcome back to Ghostlight. Today I'm going to try something a little bit different. Normally I'd be delivering you some kind of content from behind the guise of an in-game avatar, usually doing the voice. However, those videos, they take time. And given the news cycle of Hello Games at the moment, and in the spirit of getting you videos while the material is still relevant, I'm going to change it up for a couple of these. And with that, welcome to The Rift here on Ghostlight XC. In this episode, I want to talk about why we think 2024 will be a big year for No Man's Sky, but also, with the announcement of Light No Fire, are we seeing the beginning of the end of our favorite simulation? Now, it's going to be a big year for No Man's Sky because it's going to be a big year for Hello Games in both risk and reward, hopefully. Let me explain. So at the Game Awards, we caught a glimpse of the unnamed future update coming to No Man's Sky. It was no more than a quick teaser trailer, really, but we did catch a glimpse of a new ship, the updated space stations that we saw leaked previously, really just enough to launch the No Man's Sky creatorverse into a frenzy, really, and, guilty. Anyways, for those of you who watched the rest of Sean's time on stage, he said little more than,
well, to start with, next year is going to be a really big year for No Man's Sky. Like you said, I've been working on it for 10 years now, and I still really love it, still really enjoy it, but... He,
of course, then went on to, unironically set the No Man's Sky community in fuego with the news of Light No Fire. And that really seems to be the reason why they were there to begin with. But why spend so little time talking about No Man's Sky after showing that trailer promising a big year? Especially if you consider that some of the trailers we get just days before release are no more than just a title screen. And yeah, I'm looking at you, Echoes. But honestly, it's likely that Hello Games are trying to balance the release of a new IP while reassuring their existing community that they will still continue to support a 7-year-old game like No Man's Sky. I honestly believe that Hello Games feels like they have all their eggs in one basket and they'd like to diversify their portfolio with Light No Fire, and that's what's triggering the talk in the community over whether or not this signals the beginning of the end for No Man's Sky. But you may remember back in October, a Reddit user posted Hello Games' year-end strategic report on the interwebs, and it, lit a fire under the creatorverse. Not guilty on this one. I just blissfully watched Professor Cynical and Captain Steve break it down in depth. Links in the description for both of those. Now, in this report, Hello Games makes a few key points, which both of those videos point out. To start, Hello Games saw quite a profit increase from 2021 to 2022, despite No Man's Sky being 6 years old at that point. Now next, Hello Games makes two statements. First, that it plans to continue to develop and release No Man's Sky content while simultaneously developing other titles. It also mentions that there are inherent risks in releasing new games, given the competitive nature of the industry, and one way to mitigate these risks is to simultaneously enhance their existing titles, IP like No Man's Sky, just to maintain market presence. Now, all of that to say, they want to invest in No Man's Sky while releasing Light No Fire just in case the latter flops. And now I know what you're thinking, but Ghost, is it even possible for this, highly anticipated game, whose trailer has 11 million views in the 10 days since it was announced? Is it even possible that game would flop? And to that I say, first time. Now let us not forget about No Man's Sky's own release back in August of 2016. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. No need to bring that up. So, in what ways can Hello Games invest in No Man's Sky that will both appease their base and draw in new players? Well, earlier in the year, Sean Murray sent a tweet outlining new features of the 10th Expedition, dubbed Singularity. That replay is going on now. You should check that out. Now, on that list was part 2 of 4-part arc. Now, users were quick to link this to the Interceptor update, which was released earlier in the year, and that seemed to kind of pick up the story thread of the Atlantid, Corvax Prime, the 19th Minute, all things that had been lurking in the lore for some time. Now, Interceptor was part 1. Singularity is part 2. Later in the year, we would get Echoes, which would act as part 3, and really show us what was at stake in the simulation. But that was it. Until the Game Awards trailer. Now, it seems that Hello Games has set this upcoming release to be their big finish of the 4-part story arc of the Void Mother. You know, a big finish for a big year for No Man's Sky. Now, I wrote a long, lore-fueled essay, a rant, if you will, on what I think might happen in game in the coming year. But I know how some of you feel about speculation, so I just, deleted the whole damn thing. But I will say this. Given everything we saw in the trailer, where we are in the story right now, and Hello Games' desire to grow No Man's Sky just for market presence, I think there'll be an event that takes everyone in the simulation into a new frontier of sorts. A place that's both familiar but also changed, where we don't really know where we stand with whomever is sitting atop the Crimson Throne at the end of the story. Perhaps the Atlantid, perhaps the Atlas, maybe both, maybe neither. Hashtag Team Telemon. Anyways, what do you think? Are we just in for a new ship and a new space station, or are we in for something bigger? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. And as always, dear Rift Walkers, I'll see you tonight.